just heard we were helping this widow to do a construction, helping her to find a house to stay in. And the situation got to us. My team and people around us were encouraging us to go out from the nation. And we felt so sad because we were unable to finish the house because we were scared that it would be hard for us. So it's very painful that this person who can't help herself, who've got people from all over that she didn't expect that we couldn't finish what we wanted to finish.
Kuva nciye ubwenge naciye ubwenge mbona intambara kuko ku myaka 6 sinabwo ayikwize neza niho nacika ukuboko ngira ingorane n'umuryango wanje nawo uragenda nije narokotsemwe jenyene uretse papa tutari kumwe.
In the case of Rwanda, we had Interahamwe, and now in the case of Burundi, we have Imbonerakure. And whatever name they might call them and whatever thing they might say they're doing, the hardest question is, after all this is said and done, where are they gonna go?
We went through this civil war in 1993, and now what is going on there is still the consequences of that.
Yeah, it hurts. From being there for 3 weeks and seeing the people and knowing what they've gone through, to then having this whole political conflict come up, and after they've been doing so good and growing and moving on in these past 10 years, to have something come up again that's then starting more conflict within the country, it just hurts to see it happening again.
The last time I went was last November, and even then I could tell a difference in the, situation than when I had been there the year before.
It was frustrating and disappointing to know that conflict and the small-mindedness of some people could interfere with the work we were doing to try and share God's love with these people, which has such a greater lasting impact.
Yes, I've heard about it. As a matter of fact, I was speaking to a friend a while ago, and there were bullets in the background, and he was saying it's already in my neighborhood, and he can't leave because they're burning tires on the road, and there are lots of people. So yes, I've heard about Burundi. Yeah.
What's going on there, it is the government which doesn't want to leave the power, and the population which is like, your time is out, so get out from that place so that others can have a chance.
Nivyo naje hano mu Rwanda nje ku ishure kandi nasize igihugu canje kimeze neza, ariko iyo numvirije amaradiyo bavuga inkuru zitari nziza na cyane ko nkumbuye muhira, rero binyibutsa mu 97 igihe nabaye imfuvyi, igihe nabayeho mbabaye, igihe nabayeho mfise amarira adasanzwe, nipfuza kuba narajanye n'abandi bapfuye, nipfuza nanje kuba ntakiriho. Rero mfise umubabaro yo numvise ibiriko biraba mu gihugu canje, mba numva ntuntuye, mba numva ntafise kazoza, kuko nimba haheze imyaka 10 twari mu mahoro, ariko kandi ubu bikaba vyiyongeye bisubiye uko byahora. Naho Burundi tubona buriko buranja, bigaragara neza yuko ibi bintu bikwiriye guhagarara kugira ngo abarundi n'abarundi kazi tubeho. Ubundi umutima wanje urahagaze.
Myself and the rest of us, previously we've heard that the international community, in the case of Rwanda, in the genocide against the Tutsi, we say the international community never acted, which is very true. They never did anything. But now, I think for us, time has come when we are part of the international community. And we need to raise a voice for Burundi for whatever is going on.
When the president announced that he would be a candidate once again in the presidential elections, there was a lot of disagreement in the country because a lot of people didn't want him to. In the capital city, there were a lot of people protesting, and police were beginning to shoot protesters, and so there was a lot of violence going on in the capital city. The particular province where we were located, there was a lot of people who supported the president, and so my leaders were nervous about people coming to make sure that those supporters didn't do anything in that province. As well as we were near one of the main border crossings, there was a lot of traffic through our city, and we weren't sure if we would be able to get a vehicle to get ourselves out if we waited too long, because they were already shutting down buses and motion in the capital city.
Even if it's one life that is lost, it should matter, and people should be kept accountable for that. And I think at the moment the international media is looking elsewhere, but the crisis is going on. So what I would say is every one of us to raise up a voice for Burundi. It's very important, because if we keep quiet, then who will do that? So I would call on everyone, myself included, to listen to what's going on in Burundi, to raise a voice so that we can intervene, so that those who have the power to stop whatever is going on can also take part in what's going on, stop it.
This is not right in a country where we do say that we are a democratic country, so the population has something to say, and I think it is the responsibility of the government to listen to those people, and if it requires like to sit down and talk, do that. So I think what is going on there, it is somehow the failing of the government, which didn't choose to sit down and listen to what people have to say.
Because of things that were happening in the country, we were insecure to stay there longer. We were scared that we might not get a way out from Burundi when things continue to be tough.
It's a country that's gone through a lot, that's had a lot to fight against itself, and it's started doing very well. And if we continue to pray and intercede for this country, then what is happening now will then be stopped, and it can then continue to make that upward climb from what it was going through before.
Yeah, if you know what's going on, don't just sit there with that information, but share it with others. Spend time in prayer and do what you can to be active in helping in this situation.
What is happening there, it's not good, especially the innocent who are dying or suffering. Just people running away from their country. They don't have peace, they're fearful, they're unstable. Things have stopped in the country. There's no movement of anything that is helping the citizens. So it's just hard and painful.
People are like are being, treated harshly, and even myself, like I'm not now free, like to move in Bujumbura the way I want it and anytime I want it. So it affects me in both spheres of my life.
When we say let's do something, one, we should raise awareness. We have social media, we understand their language, we know what they're going through. We should tweet their stories, we should Facebook their stories, we should speak about it, because they are neighbors, they are brothers. That's one. We've had a few who have died, but it's also a country which is being divided. If it stopped as early as this time, it's easy to mend and them continue in their democratic state. But if it goes on, then there'll be cracks which will be hard to mend. So what's going on in my heart? I'm just wondering, what can I do so that it doesn't get that far? And I think my way of doing it was going to be raising awareness about it, so that everyone will know what's going on, so that no one will say, I never knew what was going on. And then to support the refugees who are here, because I think that's what I can do at the moment. with different youth groups, work with them to say, guys, this is what's going on. Other than that, I'll keep on praying. I keep on praying for Burundi so that their cries can be heard in different places.
Mu bisanzwe byatumye nkura nk'umwana w'imfubyi sinoreka ntivyoreka kugira impact ku mutima wanje. Ivyo rero byatumye mbuko bishobora no gutuma benshi baba mwico kinogo cyo kwiheba no kwihebura bitumwe niyo ntureka ishobora kwaduka umwanya n'umwanya mu gihugu canje, na cyane cyane ko ibimenyetso byo kwaduka biriko biraboneka muri misi.
We shouldn't wait till it becomes a big thing. Because it's not in the news, it doesn't mean that it's not happening. Because it's not in the news, because we can't hear people from other parts of Burundi, it doesn't mean that people are not dying. It just means that there is no coverage and no one knows what's going on. So the earlier the better. I think we should start now.